Part 2 for today. I was on this morning at 10 a.m., but the price action was so bad. And I thought, you know what? It was very quiet as well. And I thought, let me just get back in the lunch. Let's see. If it's bad again, it's not going to be a long session. But I thought, you know what? I just disappeared and let me just get back and see who's out there and if it's worthwhile. If not, it's just as simple. We close the stream again and we go back tomorrow, right? It's easy as that. Now, this is a typical, I mean, if I look, this price action is a little bit typical, like normally the Thursday of NFP week. So, not too crazy about it. Let's have a quick look and see. Let's have a quick look and see if there's anything interesting. Yeah, so we did go in that 1 hour breaker, right? I noted that and we went all the way into it. Let me just see. Let's go back to it. It might be a very short session, but I just want to say hello. If anybody's out there, just hop in and we just chat a little bit and then we just move on. Felt a little bit, I see my homies every day and then suddenly there's a day without. I'm like, okay. I just made the stream, so I didn't do it in advance. I just thought I was just thinking I was just done with eating, and I was like, hey, let me quickly go back in and see who's there, and we'll reassess. Like always, we just keep on reassessing, right? So you see again, if you look at the 1 hour break, the body state within the breaker, right? So looks like we're going back up. Yeah, there we go. Let's see if we get some little price action. Yeah, I am. It's 12:07. Where is my 12:02? Done. Hmm. Just wait a little bit because again, I can read it both ways at the moment. Could go, we're in that 1 hour breaker. We went all the way to the bottom, so technically it could reverse from there. But on the other hand, I think, yeah, could we go lower as well? Let's wait for a little bit more information. But if price action is going to be shitty like this morning, sometimes it gets, it does get a little bit better at lunch and PM session. But the Thursday, the normal NFP, this is similar to NFP week Thursdays, and I don't do well in it because it works back and forth, and that's where I lose most of my trades. So if it stays like that, I mean, it's no point in really just, besides hanging out a little bit and chat, to trade. But if there's a good solid trade, obviously we're going to take it, right? But on the other hand, if not, we're not going to do anything. I just want to hop in, just quickly have a look and if there's an opportunity, So that's it. So, nothing special. I don't expect too much of this session though. It might be a very short one as well, but let's have a look. We just look. Um, let's just look at this. Ugh, it's just horrible, right? It's just horrible. Let me have a look at the 5 minute. Let's see if we can make sense out of it. Yes. This is then our. Oh, look, we have a. No, it's not a suspension. This is the. Yeah. It's a little bit hard to read now, right? I mean, for me, it is. I'll show you on the 1 hour again. I think we have to zoom out a little bit. Oh, here we go. We need to go here. This is the. I was marking this candle here. This is the full breaker. Here we go. So during London, I already said, I want to see a reaction in this area here for, look, this is like really trend line liquidity for the upside. But we still have tomorrow, right? It's Thursday now. So Yeah, I'm more bullish than bearish for now, but then what can happen is that it can go back into this range and we can use this as a rejection block. So yeah. Potential. Look on the 15 as well. Lot of wicking. Lot of wicking. I always try to make something of it, but sometimes you just cannot make it. You just have to wait for more information. Right? Technically, we are above. We actually on the 5. Is it a 5 minute? Let's go on the 5 minute. We have a 5 minute. Do we have a 5 minute breaker? Not really. It's just one whole big area. Ugh, yeah. Um, so it's 12:11 now. I would say at this moment, tricky and tricky and tricky. I guess a lot of people are already done with trading with a day like this, right? Or they're just coming back. That could be the case as well. I just shut my laptop at some point, and I was like, oh no, I'll be back later on. So, but it doesn't look very different yet. But then again, it's still lunchtime, so let's see. Normally, what you get when you have, well, I did make a move down, right? So it trickled down all the way, but it's just very barcoding and just small. You can see it's just the ring, the candles are very small. Just keeps on being small and just Oh, you made $13. Good for you, Arafat. Yeah, I thought, what? I'm gonna close my laptop. I'm just gonna do something else, and then I thought I'm just gonna come back to see if there's different price action. And if not, we're just gonna close the stream very quickly again because you don't want to give that money back, right? But that's good on a day like this, to be honest. Um, that's pretty good. Let's have a look at. We can have a look at gold, GC gold futures. All the same things apply to gold. What did you trade, Arafat? What instrument did you do today? I am seeing a market make a buy model though. We've got liquidity here. We've got equal highs. Oh, that's a gold, by the way. Gold looks like it's going to go up, back up again, right? Oh, I'm on a different screen. You cannot see this. I'm sorry, guys. You cannot see this. Oh, looks like NQ is going back up as well. Both of them are bullish now. Oh, there we go. Okay. There we go. I just want to show you gold. Oh, that looks more bearish now on the 5 minute. That was a nice move down, by the way. I actually don't know how much does gold pay. What does the point? How much does gold futures pay per point? How much do gold move per point? How much futures gold point worth? How much is my future gold? GC. GC. Wow, one future gold point is worth $100. And the tick is 0.10 of a dollar per troy, tick, which translates to a $10 tick value, making a full point 100. Okay, so wow, wow, that is not. That's going to be the micros. That's the one future gold JC is worth 100. So from 60 to 61 is 100. So this whole move, well, let's say this whole move to the downside, it's almost $6,000 if you took that move. That's a lot of money. Crazy. Even more than NQ and ES. ES is $50 and NQ is $20 per point. It's a little bit of difference, right? But we have then micro gold, so that's fine. I mean, that's then $10 per point, and yeah. Okay, well that's fine, I guess. I'm just gonna, and they have 10 ticks then apparently. Okay, well, let's see, and let's see how much. I forgot about CL. No, I don't like that one. That's not the futures. I only do the futures. You're doing the forex pairs. That's the XAU. I don't do that. Because you got slippage and you need every broker gives a different. Yeah, I don't do those pairs. I hate those pairs. Yeah, only futures. Yeah, I really don't like forex and all those. Let's say the three-letter pairs. Hey Arafat, once you come to the future side, you will understand. You'll see the positives. Okay, let's see. Again, let's do some analysis here. You see, also, I did not really retest this inversion yet. So we also don't have a, see, it's so hard to frame the trade because normally you want to retest off this inversion for the move up, but we didn't have that yet. So again, we have to wait. Am I on, I have to be careful that I'm not on a different, oh, good for you. Hello everyone. Yeah, it was a very short trade, a very short stream. The AM session, I was just looking at the price action, and oh my god, and there was hardly anyone here. So I stopped the stream, and I thought I'm going to say hello now, and I'm going to see who's in here, and if we can trade, we are going to trade, and if not, we're just going to not trade, I guess. You know, it's very similar to the Thursdays on NFP week with this price action, and it's just really hard to trade. I don't do well on it. And we didn't have NFP week last week, but so they moved it initially to this Friday, right? But then again, they've moved it again because the government is still shut. But it's similar price action, so it's a little bit dicey to trade. You have to be very careful. Yeah. But we'll see. We're just gonna see. It looks so bullish now, right? Anyone has some bias they want to share for the PM session, or share a winning trade, or did they do well in the AM session? I hope no one lost a lot of money and did well, even though you know it went down, but it trickled down, right? So it was still a solid move if you took if you managed to get the right entry, like here, for example, like the 950 macro, but then again, you have to sit in consolidation, and then it made the move back down. So, hey Richard, how are you? I had a very short trade in the AM session. I just stopped it. I thought, okay, this is just really a bad PA. And it was very quiet as well. So I thought, let's do some other things and then I'll check back in later. So here I am again. The AM session doesn't count. I don't see it as a third stream. I deleted that. It was just 5 minutes, so I thought, no, just get rid of it. Oh, did you have a good trade again? Oh my God. Let me see what you've done now. I was really happy with the analysis yesterday on the FOMC trade. Always the fake, wait for the real move and then trade. I have to go to my email, right? Yes. Where's my email? Where are you? Why are you not showing me your email? Very weird, but it's good. I'm almost there. Wow, nice. Break a structure. It was also a retest of the 3 minute IFVG was also the retest of a bearish breaker. Awesome trade. Nice. See that. 164. Wow, over 50 points for a little bit lower, but no, it was 50 points almost. Wow. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, you're literally doing the MM. There was a market maker sell model, right? Yeah. I managed to catch it as well after the stream. But not that I wasn't. I think my entry wasn't as good as yours, to be honest. I think I took the swing high, the last move down. So your entry was definitely better. Yeah, well done. So yeah, beautiful trade. Yeah, here we go again. Oh, hi Dolly. Yeah, I'm looking at this again. I'm like, okay, we were in this 1 minute, 1 hour breaker, right? But thought, okay, are we gonna go up or are we? Yeah, I mean, once you see the market maker buy and sell model, you just, it makes things a lot easier, right? But now it's a little bit. If you look here on the 15, I'm looking at this. We're sort of hanging out in this breaker, right? But we do have original consolidation here. And tomorrow we have news again, right? Tomorrow there's news. I think the news is irrelevant of the market, the government shutdown, I believe. So I hope we get some 8:30 news again. But yeah, guys, until it's either at least this breaker, so this 15-minute breaker here, I'll make a little. Hey, but insects again here. Yeah, I'm being attacked by some little insects. Must be look. I mean, I don't know if you can see that on camera, but summer starting. You see this area here? So this breaker, we went all the way in the breaker, the full. Let's show the 1 hour because there you can see why is it going lower than that? Because the 1 hour breaker is much larger, right? You can see the 1 hour breaker here. Let me highlight that one here. Now the bodies are not. Now you go away. The bodies are above the midpoint. So technically, I'm like, okay. Well, I'm sort of like bullish, but on the other hand, I just don't trust this market. But look, this is a unicorn setup, right? Breaker, fair value gap. Let me put a unicorn here to make it nice. Here we go. Unicorn, little unicorn. Here you go, Poo. You're so cute. Such a cute unicorn. Here. So then, you know, you want to enter in this area, but look what happened. We're in, this is an hourly candle. 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours. So then you're just stuck in consolidation. So that's not a nice unicorn. So, I mean, it's a devil corn. I'm going to put a devil face on you. Because you're not a unicorn. It's a devil with a horn. See? Like so. You're a devil corn. Yeah, sort of, I guess. Yeah. There we go. So, you know, you want to see a retest and then it gets out of it, right? So, but this is typical what you see on NFT Thursday as well, and this is how I lose a lot of money, always, when I trade it. Yeah. So, but yeah, I thought this was it here, and I thought it would go out of it. But let's see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The unicorn. So the unicorn is nothing different than a breaker. So you know a breaker is you have a low, high, lower low. Now technically we do need to take out liquidity to be the best breaker is if this takes out liquidity, but technically it does take out liquidity here, but this is just an order block until, right, this is just an order block until it gets traded through. Then the breaker is activated. And you need a body close above the highest point of the breaker. So that is this blue candle. The close is here. The high is here, I mean. So this candle activates the breaker. Then, if the passage through the breaker has a fair value gap in the breaker area, so here, this is what you call then a unicorn. So then you need a fair value gap in this breaker area. So when you highlight it, you look like, is there a fair value gap? And yes, there is. It's a very tiny one. You know, the horn is just pointing into it. And those are actually yeah. You also have breaker forms without a unicorn, which are also very, which also are valuable. But I'll do a session on the different kinds of breakers and how they. But technically, when you see a breaker setup and you miss, for example, this move because it's a fast move, you just let it go and you wait for the retest. You wait for the retest of the breaker. Now, always it can fill. So that's why when you see me trade, a lot of the times when I say, okay, my stop goes below the breaker. Because if I would have entered here, for example, let's say I entered, then my stop would be here. And then, because once we go below that, that invalidates the bullish trade, right? But this is already 3 hours of hourly candle in that breaker. So it's not really, you know, but normally what you see with the unicorn, it's like it goes into it and then boom, it's a trampoline, it goes back up. So that's the breaker. So, yeah, I would definitely, if you go to core content, they are quite short. Those are the shorter ones in ICT. Just go to the, you can, in his channel, just type in ICT breaker, or when you are in his channel, just to go to core content and then breaker. I think it's month 4, I believe. There you have all the breaker, rejection block, and things like that. But the breaker is, for me, one of the, I trade that the most in my setup. Listen, I must say it's the easiest for me to identify them. Yes, let me put it that way. So, yeah, and the breaker with the fair value gap, that's a unicorn setup. Normally speaking. In this case, I don't think so, really. No. But do you see the structure? Breaker, fair value gap in this area here. So this is in here, and but you do see that the bodies are not going below the 50%, right? So this it's sort of bullish, but I don't know. I wonder. Um, it would be weird if it goes down, but look at all this trend line liquidity here. Just gonna get rid of this. Boom, boom. Now we have trend line liquidity. Nice move down. Get rid of this. Now this is also, you know, a very nasty area because we've got a fair value gap here, we've got a bearish one here, we've got a bullish one here. Now it's just tapping into this one here all the time. So the unicorn. Let me show you. Let me see if I can find a unicorn example. Let me see if I can see one on the higher time frame. Ooh, look at this setup here. We have a little gap here. We need to go to a different structure. Yeah. You see this structure here? So it goes down first. So you have a low, high, lower low. So this is your breaker, but it is not your breaker in this area. It's not a breaker yet. It's just an order block, right? It's nothing yet. It becomes a breaker when you have this candle that goes through it. But now this is a very ugly retest, but you can see the bodies are staying in the breaker, right? Now is this a unicorn technically? Well, yes, you do have a fair value gap in here. But it's a very nasty setup, but you see it still respects it, right? So it respects this block here. And technically, maybe because of the doji, you can maybe even extend this one. But if you technically just take this upper one, because this actually breaks the structure of these two. So in these scenarios, the wicks are allowed to go below it. But on the 4-hour, the only thing on the 4 hours, you don't see when you get price action on the lower time frame and you mark the breaker, you see candles going below it, right? And then you get confused. Oh my, the breaker has been invalidated. But it's a 4-hour, and the wicks are allowed to go outside the breaker. And then you have this area here. Look at the 2, and then 2 o'clock goes back into the follows up. So this is the manipulation, and then you have the distribution. Oh, and look at this beautiful. Oh, I love this scenario. Look at this here. Flat bottom, flat top with a wick. And what you get here, belated manipulation. I love those candles, these scenarios. Yeah. So that's another one. Let's see if there's another. Let's see if there's another beautiful scenario. Let me go to the 1 hour because that might give a little bit more examples. Hey, I noted this one, by the way. I do want to point out something that I just noted. Um, I noticed this breaker, which hasn't had a retest at all yet. So let me point out this one here. We have a breaker here as well. Now this is a breaker here too. Is it? Uh, yes, this is a breaker too. Now this has been retested here, Friday, 3rd of October. But this area has not, and it's also a inversion right here. So I'm leaving this on my chart here because it's a breaker that I think, and you look also, it's a breaker plus a fair value gap. So, and there's liquidity here. So we've got liquidity here, equal lows, a potential break that not has been retested, fair value gap that also has been not tested in any way. So I'm going to keep this one on my charts because I like this area. So we might go down for the PM session, but you know, it looks bullish now, right? So I'm going to keep this on my chart, this breaker, because I don't want to forget about it. Because, you know, equal lows and a unicorn. Let me put a unicorn here. Yeah, I'm going to put I'm leaving this one here. And because you're not a unicorn, you don't behave like a unicorn. You are a unicorn. I'll put it here for later. There you go. Potential unicorn. Let's see if that area is revisited, because you also have also one here. You see this one here? That's part of this area here. So that's all. Yeah, but I don't know. I wonder if it's maybe for tomorrow. Hey, we have maybe a TGIF tomorrow. Um, so let's see. Let's see. Let's see. She's this price action is just boring. Um, oh, and much, yeah, it's just, but there's liquidity everywhere now, right? It's just been creating liquidity on both ends. This is like trend line liquidity. Look how beautiful. Uh, this is a beautiful trend line liquidity. So if it goes up, but then again, is this now, or is it just forming like a structure for later to be taken? Because it looks so easy, right? And so close by to take it. I just don't know. But anyway, so I'm gonna take this one off because we don't need the break. We already know this is the breaker area, and we know we don't want it to go below this point because that means it. And well, it can go a little bit lower, but that would be really I mean, that would be really nasty, right? If it goes lower into this area here and then still goes back up. Technically, it could do that, I guess. It's still in the breaker. Yeah, it is. Well, it is not like yesterday's price action, yesterday evening. What time is it? 12:39. We'll just wait until the 1:30 move, and if it's still shit, then we're just gonna enjoy the evening, right? Just gonna have watch a movie or something. that, Gigi? Mm. Oh. Ah. I'm sitting somewhere else. Do you see that? I moved to the other area just for today, or maybe for tomorrow as well. It's near the kitchen, so I can get more food and drinks if I want to. Oh, are we going to the downside again? You see? It looks it sort of looks bearish, doesn't it? Even though it makes the, because we've got, yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot to look at my opening range gap today. My opening range gap, where are you? What are you? I think it was a very small one today. What did you do today? Let me see. Where is my opening range gap? Why am I not even seeing one? Don't we have one? Huh? Oh, we don't have one today? Oh, we have a very small one that is around midnight area. Okay, I gotcha. Yes, okay, it's very, and oh, that's also a very indication when you have, yeah, exactly. That's an indication of this price action when you have a small one. Um, Now we have the first percent fair value gap at 186. Maybe we're going there. Let me see. I have my account open. What time is it? 12:42. We might go to 125,186 because there's a first percentage fair value gap for Monday there. We are below the, yeah. Let's see. So when you have a very small opening range gap, it's never a good sign, to be honest. That is an indication of this kind of price action. Okay. 0.5. Are we going to? Yeah, it looks bearish, doesn't it? I'm inclined to that we go one leg lower. We broke structure here. Let's make a fib. What's the manipulation move? Oh, I don't know. I cannot really. On the 1 hour, I'm looking at the breaker. I'm like, yeah, no, it's. You have to go one more leg up, and then it makes one more high with a nice wick, or it goes into this wick here on the top wick. I don't know. Well, we'll see. I do like to have a trade, to be honest, but it needs to be a little bit more clear, right? If I'm talking, I'm switching back and forth all the time now. So then I know I shouldn't enter a trade because I actually see a long and I see a short again. So if I see that, I'm well, at least it's 50% then, right? 50% chance you're right. I mean, it's yeah. So I'm in the process of selling one of my property. I only have one property here in South Africa. I bought a nice piece of land, but I got scammed with the home builder and also the developer. I mean, they were so horrible, these people. But now they are all fighting each other, and I thought, you know what? Even though it's a beautiful place, it's near Kruger, it's a river stand. I've got wildlife there, but it's so it's just so the negative energy. So I'm in the process of selling it, but I'm reading. I got a message of other people that are still living there, and it's just bad thing after another. So I'm really happy that I'm getting rid of it because it doesn't. I think some pieces in nature they don't want to be sold. They don't want to be filled. I'm just taking a micro to the upside a little bit, seeing what happens. Just to see. I'm just making the good decision. If you see this toxicity and people just really, I see they have home builds that are falling apart and stuff like that, and it's just horrible. I can't wait to get rid of it, to be honest. There'll be another nice spot I'm gonna buy there in the area. When the time is right. Yeah. Okay, so it's 12:46 now. Well, I'm actually in a trade because it can go both ways. It's just stupid what I'm doing. No, you get out. This is not a proper trade. It's not based on anything because you cannot define it properly. Stupid. It's just consolidation again. 12:46. So I'm just watching these candles, and it's like they never have like any follow through, right? It's just one. If you have one fair value gap, then you get all these little. Again, it's just wicking and just little very tiny bodies, and it's crazy how it's just creating continuously liquidity, continuously just making. Um, yeah, it's not really it takes out liquidity maybe once per hour, maybe one moment there is a little move to take something out, but it's just even in a macro it does it. It's just horrible. It's another low here, another high. There we go. Order filled. Just got out. I mean, it's $20. I'm not gonna trade this. I don't want to be in this, even though it's a winning trade. I just don't want to be in this price action. This is. It was very yes. So if you have a small opening range gap, it just well, we can have volatility, but it's just it's either seek or destroy, or it just doesn't move very smoothly, so to speak. I actually forgot to look at it, so I forgot, but it is just an indication. Whenever you see a small opening range gap, you just don't expect too much of the price action. It is like this, and most of the times we have a much larger one. It doesn't happen a lot that they are so small, and they also overlapping with the midnight, with the range and the around midnight as well. But I think it looks like an area where price wants to go back to, right? So I'm thinking like it's just going. I think it's going back to that area. So I'm still favoring the longs though, and then back to the opening range gap, which is also around the 9:30 open, also around the midnight. We've got a lot of confluences there. We've got also the 8:30, I believe, the 8:30 price. We've got the midnight price, the 9:30. We've got the first presented fair value gap of the midnight range. What is the first? It's also the first presented fair value gap, maybe of the AM session. Oh yeah, that's a little bit lower. Okay, let's see. So, and literally we're going back into Asia's range then. Yeah, I mean, it does make sense, right? That it just makes it we just created a mini maker, a little market maker model. We just created the downside, and now we're just going up. So technically, we have an inside day, sort of, the AM session. Oh, yeah, inside day from yesterday. We did. Today's Thursday, right? Yes. Hey, I'm so bullish for the end of the week, so that means we only have tomorrow, right? Yeah. So let me have a look at the higher time frame again. Actually, on Thursday, it's what you should actually do already on Thursday is measure the TGIF levels, which means the 20 to 30 to 40%. So we have, let's see, where's Monday? Here is Monday, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So let's measure this range and measure TGIF levels. Sometimes the price already goes into TGIF levels on Thursday, which is also not a good sign. Let me show you. We might be in it actually if I'm looking at it now. Here we go. Okay, let me go to the 1 hour. There we go. You see what I mean? We are in the bloody TGIF range already. So that means if we have a move up and price already retraces, so the weekly candle, so I just use the daily, but obviously if we do go out of this range and we go over this, you have to extend the range, right? And then maybe we go back into the range on Friday for it. But if you see this happen already, you always have to be aware. We have a small opening range gap in the morning, then we retrace into the TGIF range on the weekly candle. Look, if you have a weekly candle, let me show you the weekly candle. It's OHLC, open, high, low, close, right? So you have the open, high, low, and the close will be either in this, if it doesn't always happen, but if this remains the weekly range, normally every candle, it's not only the Friday candle, but it's actually every candle technically. If you go look at it, most candles have, they open and they close in the 20 to 30 to 40% range. So we're here in already. So for me, it's now very crucial to see what's happening now at the 130 move. Are we moving out of the range? And how volatile are we doing that? If we're not doing that, I'm like, okay, we had did we have TGIF on Thursday, which happens sometimes, which does happen. So let's see. 4 hour to its continuation and another continuation candle. See, we did have I think we were in London. Didn't oh no, I think you were not in London, right? We did say we thought the 4 hour candle would go into this fair value gap in this breaker here. It just looks too bullish to me. Fair value gap breaker, just to go back up. And then we extend the range. Now, So I do start putting this on my chart on Thursday. I do look at it already, and then if we do go up, I just extend the range. I just, you see it's now at the top. If we go up, and if we go lower, for example, which can happen as well, it could also go. It could the weekly candle could change from a bullish candle into a bearish candle, right? It can do that sometimes. Yeah, that invalidates then the trade. But it could then be, if you reverse the calculation, sometimes that might give you some extra information. Little gem here. If it would go down all the way, don't think, oh, TGIF is off the table because we were bullish and this is the calculation you make from the top to the bottom and then blah blah blah. If it will go with a lot of speed to the downside and the candle changes, because now we have show you again, the weekly candle is a bullish one, right? But hey, it could go, anything can happen, right? And I mean, look at this, it's 228, it's just 200 points. It's about, let's say, 200 to 300 points for it to become a bearish candle. And then you just have a nice wick, another wick on top. So, just saying. But I don't think so. I think we're, look, this looks very well structured for more upside, right? The daily. It doesn't look weak. It looks very strong, I would say. But hey, let's see. Well, in the meantime, the 4 hours is dropping lower out of the range. So, but we have another fair value gap here. So let's see. Let's see. Is this fair? Is this? Oh, am I on the? Oh, I'm on a different chart now. I don't think you are seeing my charts. Why no one? Why didn't you say? I'm talking. I don't think you see what I'm doing, right? If I'm correct. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I'm showing. I was on a different chart that is not on the weekly. Ooh, is it a short again? Let me see. Okay, you're going. So you see now it's going out of the TGIF range. I think you explained on this chart. Did you see it? So is my chart then changing? Let me just, because oh, let me check on OBS. No, OBS is not changing. Oh, you do. Yeah, no, it doesn't change. Well, anyway, you've seen it. But let's go back now because, well, we made another equal low, I guess. I think it's going to go in this range now, maybe going to this area. Okay, well, we don't need this now. Ooh, we might get a nice drop now because it's been consolidating all day, right? What time is it? 1 o'clock. Okay. This could be one of those moves that you can pass an evaluation with one trade. Just saying. I just love these large moves, but it has to be well. I mean, they have to be well. How should I put it? I mean, this is not very clear, right? Okay, 4 hour breaker here. I'm just gonna mark it just for me to be that I see it clearly. I need that visual thing, otherwise I get confused. That's why I have it. So let's see, it starts running down and all the way through here, then it's the 4 hour. And then we might go into this area here. But maybe this one is better to highlight. Oh no, this is not a breaker. That's why I highlighted this one here. This is a nice move though to the downside. It's almost 100 points. I'm interested in it. Look here, there's nothing here to. This is all. We do have equal highs, but there is nothing here. It's all. Yeah, we do have a little gap here, but there's also balanced. There's nothing here for price to go back to, right? Look at this. This is all. There's no other imbalances. Well, here there's a lot of wicks. Ooh, is this going to be a nice move to the downside? It's going to be one really massive move. But hey, listen, we have a nice area here as well. 980. Oh, I'm getting a little bit excited here, guys. I get very excited if I see a large move coming. Hey, what happened here? 980. Did I say 980? Well, there is original consolidation. I need to open a window here. It's getting a little bit warm. Oh, maybe it's the excitement of maybe large move coming. I don't know. Hey, Let me quickly check. Let me quickly check. Okay. 148. Hundred and 70. Set the move until that. 170 to the downside. Again. I think 170 to the downside might be a safe one to play. But I don't know if it's going to go lower yet. 71-ish. Technically, yes. Technically, you add the break, especially on the lower on the higher time frame, because on the lower time frame it is a candle, but um, yes, just yeah, just take it with the wicks, but start noticing, maybe like look at what happens when you what price does. But on the higher time frame, you definitely take it with the wicks. Yes. And now let's see if the you see I took it with the wicks here. See, now price is not going below the midpoint. I see a flat candle here. It's 106. Let me look at the 1 hour here. Oh shit. You see again, it's not breaking the midpoint, right? It's hanging above that midpoint of that breaker. You see here. See, I never do well on these days. I think short and then it goes long, and that's so typical for me on these kind of price action days. You see, it really respects the body, the midpoint, right, of the breaker. Choo-doo-choo, choo-doo-choo, choo-doo-choo. But in this sport we have a unicorn. Yes, correct. But if this is the 1 hour, but because of the one, I don't like it when we have 3 wicks in it. Yes. So normally what you want to see in when you have a unicorn, you want to see a quick retest and then go out of it. But now because you have 3 hourly candles going in this, that makes it weak for me. I don't trust it anymore as a unicorn. But it could still go out of it, but then again, Normally you just want to see one wick and then boom, away. So let's say 1 hour candle, then the next one already moving. Like, this is already going down into it instead of, it's a very, I don't like the retest because now look at the retest. The unicorn is just this area here. But we are already below it. On the 4 hour, let me see on the 4 hour though. On the 4 hour, we are still retesting it technically, yeah. We can go all the way down. On the 4 hour, we can go all the way down, right, to 150. Yeah. Let's see. Now, I prefer to look at the 1 hour because I just want to see how this body, but look, it's so weak, right? I quickly need to charge my phone, and I'll be back in 2 minutes. It's on the other room. And I need to double check something, so just 1 second. Good day. I need to go to the other room. Ooh, are we going down now? Is it going to do it? Let's see. What are you going to do? Are you going to reject here, or are you going to go full blast to the downside, 250 or something? I would say 150-ish might be a good, because it's still within the breaker, right? Yeah. $114. Two, 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 two. I actually really hate this price action, to be honest. I don't think I really want to stay on too long because I just don't like it too much. This is going to be like this all day. Um, I don't think it's really, worth it to pay too much. On 3 minutes we have a rejection block. On 3 minutes. Um, I don't see. I think we just took liquidity, not a rejection block. It's not rejecting. It's just going down now. Um, I don't see a rejection block now, to be honest. Let's go to the 5. Here maybe. Yeah, I'm not even getting interested because it might reject from here already. Oh, we do have a suspension block here at 164. What time is it? Okay. What are you doing? Okay, guys, I'm gonna end this. I mean, we shouldn't trade this. We should just leave it. There's really nothing here to trade. I think it's better just to leave this and just, leave it and come back tomorrow when there's better price action. This is really price action. You just want to close your laptop and just be done. So I thought a lot of insect. I feel like a lot of insects are attacking me all the time. Anyway, Richard, I want to thank you for just joining again. Gold would a dump. Oh, is it? Hey, Trader Boy, did gold jump? Did gold dump? Yeah. Let's have a look. I did see. I just had a small. I checked it. Ooh, nice. Did you trade it, Trader Boy? So I was investigating in gold and the futures, and it's $100 per point. Thank you, Richard. I thank you a lot. Yeah, I'm done with the stream. Yeah, okay. But it's 100 points, $100 per point. Yeah, and you trade the futures. Did you take the move from 10 o'clock, from the 10 o'clock candle here? What indicators is that with the hours? Oh, you mean where I automate the timelines? Yeah, let me show you. Um, ICT kill zones and pivots. So unlimited. I use these here. Is that okay, Richard? There are more. There are different ones that you can use, though. There are other ones as well, but if you want to use ICT things, also you can also. I also do the daily open, weekly open, monthly open, and it does help me if I have the day of the week labels here. Yeah. So that's all I use. I don't put Asia. Well, if you want, you can put Asia lows and highs on it as well, but I don't do that. But daily, weekly, and monthly open. Here you go. There we go. So gold, people with gold did well. I mean, NQ was pretty awful, right? Um, but let's see. Oh, this is for me just like an NFP week Thursday. That just I never do well on these days, and yeah. So, well, gold is. Are you still in the gold trade, boy? Are you still in it, or did you cash out already? You took your money and run. That's good. Beautiful drop. Yeah, it looks more clean than NQ today. Definitely, right here. Beautiful model 2022. There again. Boom, boom. Very clean. Yeah, very clean price action. Yeah, guys, I think I'm just gonna close the stream because there's really not much to do. Um, I mean, NQ is really horrible today. Um, it's really hard for me to read it, to be honest. I mean, it's going down now, but ugh, it just caught me so many times already today. Um, so run mode on, yeah. I'm gonna get into gold. I mean, I mean, it's so good to have that on the, have another instrument to trade when NQ is either not. I'm Trader Boy. You've been trading gold quite a bit, but does it affect? Yeah. Well, not switch, but add it, and because I normally do really well on NQ, but only not during Thursday NFP week. And yes, I think it's because of the whole switch we had. That's the only day, well, actually the whole week, I must say NFP week, but because we didn't have NFP properly last week, I think it's sort of like a little bit mixed this week. But I still love NQ, but I think it's good to have gold as well because if I look, yeah, and I'll do analysis. I'm gonna start doing that. I think I'm just gonna start doing it tomorrow, even though I don't. It's the analysis can be the same, just going over um, the chart and slowly move my way into it. By doing analysis, it makes it better for me, and at some point I'll start trading it. But I'll start doing that tomorrow. So do you are you gonna be here tomorrow? Then I'll start doing analysis. But you most likely can do better analysis than me on gold already, most likely. But I have to start somewhere. But it looks very clean. If I yeah, just it helps. Even though if I wouldn't trade it already, just go over the charts, look at it, and look what am I looking at. And it doesn't really matter the instrument. It just matters what are you looking for, right? It's all the same. You use the same logic. I will do that. I will start doing that tomorrow. Yeah, definitely. So I think that's a good one. And gold and maybe even silver at some point as well. Do you trade silver as well? What would you like? Just help me a little bit because you do pretty well on gold, right? But what would you like me? Would it be just analysis in general before in the beginning of the stream, like going over higher time frame analysis? What is it you? What will make it most valuable for you? What I could do as a streamer? I mean, I could go over it, but I'm just thinking, if you could be more specific, like, oh, is it like start of the day or in between? Sometimes go back and look at certain things, or and if I would start trading it, I would do the micro gold for sure. I would. I'm just wondering because like with NQ and MNQ, I always chart on the mainly on the NQ, and then I would still trade the MNQ because sometimes there might be a little bit of difference, obviously because different order flow. I was just wondering, is there a difference between the GC and the MGC? You don't like silver? Okay. I know people that like silver, but I hear more people asking for gold. Definitely, yes, it's more popular. I think what I'm seeing right now and hearing. But yeah, Um, okay. Oof. Okay. Okay, Trader Boy, I'm gonna do that. You guys are convincing me. So why don't you like silver? Is it more crazy than? Okay, well, it's just gonna be gold. It's gonna be good enough because most people want gold anyway. So I'm gonna do it. Yeah. We can have a look at gold now anyway, because I'm not going to trade anymore anyway. I tried a few times and I had only losses on NQ. So let's go to gold. Let's start anyway. Let's start now. No delay. We're just gonna do it. Okay. Let's do this one as well. Oh, no, 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 no. GC. Let's take a look at the daily. Well, let me first look at the monthly because I haven't checked anything yet on. Look at this. Wow. Wow, it has been going up since March, just straight up from literally September. Look at this. The breakout started in March 2024. It just has been going up for. Thank you, Trader Boy. I'll see you. You're going? I'll see you tomorrow. Let me know exactly what you, if you can specify, maybe that would help me also, what you really want. What you are struggling with gold, then maybe I can, try to look at it in a specific way. So anyway, let me just, I'm just going to go over the analysis for myself because I'm not going to go look at NQ anyway. So I don't know if anyone else is interested in anything. I'm just starting my first, dipping my toe into gold. I have to branch out a little bit. Yes. Wow, it's been just really going up for a long time. So, I mean, yeah, it has just been since 1.5 years just gone up, literally. Yeah. So, but I wonder if it can go down as fast, right? Yeah. I just want to see if the levels, I mean, I know it works with ICT and whatever I'm doing as well. So, it respects midnight, obviously. Let me do the 15-minute here. My 10-4, yeah, my 10-4 model works here as well. This is my model. My 10-4 model would have been, this would have been my trade. 10 o'clock, this retest, boom, and then the reaction down to 4 o'clock. Damn. I should I should have traded gold. I already see my model, which I couldn't trade on NQ. Very clean. It was beautiful. I mean, this is a beautiful move. Doesn't get more beautiful than this. The 10 o'clock move. Well, it wasn't 10 o'clock because we had consolidation though a little bit. But what time did it occur? 12. Okay, in all honesty, it was later than I normally trade. It wasn't at 10 o'clock. But then again, the retest is beautiful. Mm, um, Trader Boy, I do hear a lot of people say that the pre-market is the best for gold. I have no idea if that's the case, but the move is London good to trade it as well or not? I do see movement here, but I do see the manipulation move is in the pre-market here beautifully. So consolidation is a beautiful AMD here, accumulation, manipulation, and then the distribution. Yeah. Okay. Analysis on G. I have to change my thumbnail then, so that I'm doing gold analysis. Well, and then be very clear in my description that I'm not a gold trader, but well, I'll do analysis and we'll start learning to trade gold as well besides my NQ. It's more just a matter of getting comfortable with a new instrument and getting to know the levels. Like for example, NQ, I feel very comfortable with NQ because I've been trading it like for 3 years very extensively, and then you feel comfortable. But it's and every instrument has its own little maybe has little things that they do a little bit differently, I guess. But the only way to find out is to start analysis and do analysis on it, right? So yeah, okay. So gold, I'm gonna change my thumbnail and my description because it only says Nasdaq. But I'm gonna add gold analysis. So guys, whoever you guys need to help me. Okay, see, it's okay. You're so sweet. I fell asleep as London opened, didn't mean to disappear. No, I know it's very late for you, or actually, I should say early. It's okay. You're an OG. New York and Asia is great. Okay, so you say London in for gold is not so good. Yeah, Asia, I need to sleep then. So I'm in South Africa, so I don't sleep a lot, but so I wake up normally at 4 a.m. here, and that's like um, Eastern time, 10 p.m. in the evening. So I wake up, but then London starts. I do 8 o'clock, my time, 8 o'clock. I start the London session, and then I have my whole day. I do things in between. I go to the beach or I do something, and then New York starts, right? But then when New York ends, it's 10 p.m. here, and then I relax and maybe I watch a movie a little bit, and then I do my journaling the next day when I wake up because I'm a little bit too tired. But if I would do Asia, I cannot sleep. So I need Asia to sleep because my days are quite long already. But I wish I didn't have to sleep. Otherwise, I would probably sit here doing Asia as well. I love to read charts and things like that. So, but I'm trying to stay out of Asia because once I start liking it, I'm getting sleep deprived. You'll see me sitting at a stream falling asleep. So yeah, no, we'll just keep it. I just love tape reading. So yeah, I'm getting very excited to start dipping my toes in. And if you guys have any tips for me about what specifics that I really like, gold specifics, let me know. But I'll just start. And if there's anything that is that I say that's not correct or whatever, or is something really specifically not the case, I don't know. Maybe there are some things that work really differently on gold. But you will point it out to me. I'm sure you will do that. But anyway, yeah, I don't think there's really much to say for now. I guess. Well, we could look at if the move has a larger move. Let me just go to the higher time frame, a little bit lower, because this is very, I think they also have TGIF, I guess, on the, let me do that as well. This is the weekly range. Well, we're already below TGIF range. It's a little bit, let's go to the daily. Okay, I'm getting rid of this. I can always add that. Okay, now we are, that's a large move to the downside. I think, I mean, the people that took the, I mean, I know, I read that it was $100 per point. And that's a lot of money. People took that whole move, and it was quite clean, to be honest. I mean, you see this move here. I mean, on the lower time frame. I mean, if you have here and then you add here, you take the continuation move down. It's still very good pizza. Yeah, I'll figure it out. I mean, I think it also depends on how people trade. Maybe some people do trade London gold and they have a good, they like it, but it looks like a crypto. I mean, if I look at this chart now, it looks like a crypto chart, to be honest. I also could do analysis in crypto, even though I have crypto, but I don't day trade it. But I could do analysis for Ethereum, Bitcoin, XRP. It's all crypto that I have, but I don't actually trade it. But I mean, if people like that, we could go over that. Well, let me know in the chat if you guys want me to do that. You know, there's always time to go over different charts besides NQ. I think the main thing will be NQ, but it's always good to have other things. You know, just let me know. I just have to get more comfortable with it, but you know, it just, I shouldn't be, that shouldn't be a problem. I have to get out of my comfort zone, right? Because that's it. I'm just too comfortable with NQ. Okay, now let's have a look. On the 4 hour. Oh, you know what I want to do with gold? I want to apply ICT. Oh, we don't even have large wicks here. You see that? Okay. It's just a fair value gap here. I'll mark this one. I'm sorry. That is a FUG. There we go. Okay. Oh, we got a double, almost a double top here on gold as well. Okay. Daily. So that's here. Now let's go to the 4 hour. It's breaker here. Okay. Now let's see how it's going to react in this. The day I'll mark it as a daily one. Daily FUG. Yeah, I'll reassess when it goes lower than the midpoint of the daily. Then I'll have another look, and then we'll reassess again here. Now let's go on the 1 hourly. Okay. Well, we just need to see how it reacts here. There's nothing else to do than to see if it goes into this break, in this fair value gap, or if it's going to reject from here. Nothing else to see has my interest. We do have equal lows here, so the midpoint is of great interest. Okay, now I just want to go on the 15-minute on this chart here. Okay, so this is the 15-minute. So we did take out a low. I don't know, Trader Boy, if you're still here. I think SL, the silver, is the what we do with NQ and ES is the confluence you look for SMT. I think you use silver, right? You check SMT with gold as well. I think you do, right? And then it's SL. Let me know if you're still here. Otherwise, I'll check with you tomorrow. And I guess N walks are similar. That's all the same. Yeah, so I do have a few questions for the people that trade gold. Uh, if the market open is this, well, it's a futures market, so I guess it works the same. Like the open is at 6, and then the close is similar to NQ if it's a futures market, I would presume. But hey, I might be wrong. But I'm gonna ask you, the gold traders, if they're here, and so I have a few, but I have to write them down. I don't have my block with me here. Okay, nice. It's not too bad. Oh, you're still here. Yeah. So the gold market, the futures market, it's the same opening time as NQ. So 5 o'clock it closes, and then we have 1 hour gap like NQ. So we still use the N walk and the N dog the similar way on gold. Is that safe to presume? And just want to know for sure, like if um, the opening and the closing price, so also settlement price, for example, NQ is 4:15 Eastern. So I have that automated in TradingView, so that's the red dotted line. So I wonder if that's the same in gold. So I just want to make sure if the N walk, so that's the daily open, is at the same time as let me see if it's automated. Yeah, I think it's the same because we have a little gap here. I see gaps. So I guess that's similar. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that it's the same time, right? Here we go. So midnight here. So rejection. I think I wouldn't be surprised if gold is going to go to 3954.7 and reject from here in this rejection block here. It's midnight as well. Let's see if it goes all the way down to there. So to the black line here. I'm looking at the 15-minute now. So we're here. Let's see if this is how I would read NQ. Let's see if it works the same. Let's see if it goes down. It is the same time. Yes, okay, thank you. And also the N walk, obviously, then also the N walk, so the weekly, so these are also applicable. Okay, good. Okay, even though it's on Comex. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, and I'm just going to observe things, and I'm just going to go over things like I would go over NQ and then see if it works the same. And I'll have to do some, well, not back testing, but just go back in the charts to see some stuff. Yeah, I see here beautiful breaker retest boom. It's very clean. I mean, it looks very. I mean, I must honestly say, if I look at the chart, it's very clean. Definitely. Who knows? I'm going to be trading it very soon. I'm going to change my thumbnail and GC and Q and GC, and then I'm up to the description GC analysis for now only for the GC traders. You guys are going to teach me how to trade gold. Yeah. Oh, I want to calculate the fib levels. Let me do that as well. I was in the process of doing that. See, and then I forgot because I talk too much. But that's the downside when you're on stream. I just keep on. Well, it's not that I feel like I'm just talking to talk, but I know that I'm the only one who's talking, so I just talk. I like to talk anyway, so that's not a it's not an issue for me. But in the beginning, it's a bit weird because you're like, you really have to pretend that you are talking to a friend because you're just sitting here by yourself, and also in the beginning you don't know the people yet, so you're just literally talking into the air, right? And it's really weird to hear you if you look, you hear the video afterwards. I almost never do that. I have to do it now because I start editing or make a short out of the longer, and then you hear yourself. But it's so weird, to be honest. But yeah. Oh, okay. This could be the move. 6. Oh, 2.5, and we reject exactly. We have a retracement. Look at that. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, so if I calculate the manipulation move right here, so I do it on the 15, right? Well, let me take the whole move, uh, including the wicks. Ooh, look at that. What did I say? If I said, are you still here, Trader Boy? I said if I would and do the same analysis. I didn't do the macro pip, but I said it would. I think if I would do the same analysis, it is going into this rejection block, and which is exactly on the midpoint. I am doing now the fib levels on it, and it's exactly 6 standard deviation. If that works out, then I mean, it might be even cleaner than NQ because that's very clean. Um, it's exactly, you know why? It is not that the time, it's not the midnight by itself, but it's the like if I see a large wick like this, right? Well, it's not that. Well, it is a large wick, I guess, on gold because it's a 600 point wick. It's the midpoint. It's exactly the midpoint. So the midpoint is, and it's also like the body of a candle here. So I was looking at, okay, and it's midnight here, but it's exactly 6 standard deviations. I'm really curious to see if that's going to be the point where it's going to react and reject. So let me put it here. So I'm charting on the 15-minute now, just a little bit more higher time frame for me to get a good overview. Trader Boy, would you agree with me? If you would have, what would be your TP or what would be your endpoint of this move? So for me, it's like it could be 5.5 though, because we have you see that happen a lot, right? But then again, I would think we still have some time to go. So let's see if it goes a little bit lower to this level. It's exactly 6 right over here. And I what I did measure the including the wicks. Let me see if I did it correctly. I need to make it a little bit bigger. This should be the then it's not correct. Hold on. How did I manage to do it? Then it's not exactly 6. Hold on. It's 5. But if I do only the bodies, let me go back to it. Then it's also, what did I do? Did I miss something? It was exactly 6, and maybe I did this and then only here to this one here. Did I do this? I don't know what I did. Let me just double check. Well, let's see. Oh, we have another rejection block here below. Okay, well, let's see how far it's gonna go, and then we'll reassess. It's not that I did something. If I do only the bodies, it's less than 6, or then let's just see. But we know it's going lower, right? Okay, so this is a point where I want to see where it reacts. I want to see how it reacts at midnight. How is it as an old midnight? Let me rephrase. Not at the midnight from today, but old midnight. Because NQ reacts still very strongly of old midnights, so that's why I still have them on my chart. Now, okay, it did not react at 9:30. It's not 9:30. Let's see. I guess also the macros work the same, right? The times that price pools and things like that. Let me go to the 1 hour quickly and see if I can have a better manipulation move. Okay, I'll just take the 1 hour here. And what about the 4 hour? Okay, there's nothing there. Okay, gotcha. I gotcha, gold. Okay, you're a beautiful candle. This is even more beautiful too. I used the 30 minutes today. You got the biggest move. And 6 is here. Wow. For SNC, for you mean for smart? You mean for SMT? You mean for smart money concepts? I use more than one. I use just for ICT based trading. But for SMT or SMC, you mean just for my general trading style? So I have more charts open, but because of some feedback, people asked me to clean my charts up. So I have different things that I look at, but that's off this screen. But I can go over my indicators that I have here. So the first thing that I look up in the morning when we open up is the opening range gap. And that's the gap between, let me go, the last one, only one, the gap between the close and the open at 9:30, right? So that's why I'm asking, are the times the same? Like this is the gap, but also on NQ there was a very small gap, but it's similar to NQ. So that's one that I look at, and I grade it. Let me show you yesterday's, because yesterday's is a little bit more important. You see yesterday's, for example, it was a large gap, right? So yeah, I'm on the 15. Let me go back to the 15. Let me yeah, so I do grade. If you grade this gap, for example, you'll see that the levels, I'll check that. This is also good for me to check how reliable it is. Quarter, 1/3. Okay, here we go. Now I'm just checking if it respects these levels, and it does. Yeah. Okay, very nicely as well. Yeah, beautifully. Okay, like it. See, for example, if you use this opening range gap, you could see that today it uses these levels as well, right? You can see that today you leave these gradients on your chart because, especially when you have these big gaps, you use them for the next day. So for today, you could see yesterday it didn't fill the gap, right? It just went to the midpoint and then it went up. So today it went to the midpoint, and that's where if you miss this trade, that's where you go short. I would have gone short exactly at the midpoint and in the retest of this candle here. That would have been my trade because I would have used this gap, these levels, those gradients. So I always leave them on my chart. But today, is a very small one. So that's one of my, so that is the opening range gap from TFO. That's one that I use, but I use it on another chart most of the time, so I don't look at it. But I do use these gradients. I keep them on another chart as well. So I have those levels somewhere else. So that would be a very, that would help me to trade. But obviously the NWOG and the NDOGs are important to me. So those are the new week opening gaps, right? So that's the one that is formed from Friday to Monday. It's the gap between 5 and 6 o'clock. So the close of the futures market and the open. So it's not the opening range gap, because this one that I just showed you, that's from the whole. There is no overnight trading. But the NWOG is just the gap between 5 and 6 o'clock. It's just what the 1 hour gap, right? And the NDOG is the same as the NWOG, but then from the day on the weekdays. So the NWOG is the Friday to Monday, and the NDOG is the one from Monday to Tuesday, Tuesday to Wednesday. But because of the weekend is in between, they call it the NWOG. They're literally all NDOGs. So that's this one, NDOG from Kryptonite that I use. And then something else that I use is the first presented fair value gaps. Like ICT teaches the one that at between 9 and 9:30 and 10 o'clock. But I use them from all sessions, Asia, London, and they come back and they're like a roadmap for me. I can show you. Let me see on gold. Also, it's something that I need to investigate on gold. Let me see if I can see them on the 5 minutes. Here we go. Those are those lines that you see here. And I extend them. Yeah. Obviously, the 1 minute and the 5 minutes have different, the ranges are different, right? So the fair value gap on a 1 minute is different than the first presented fair value gap on a 5 minute, because the order flow, the charts are different. So that's what I use, but I have to double check that that works. I am, what you can see here is a nice, I'm not, I have to look into that if they're just as exact, but obviously I would think it wouldn't be too different. Let me just have a look on the 3 minute. So that is what I use, but that's up to people if they like to use that. And then the ICT kill zones, that is something that I have. So those are the times. If you see the times that I plot, for me, which is very important, are the daily open, the weekly open, the monthly open. As you can see here, those are all tickets. So I want to see those. And then I have plotted the midnight, the 9:30, the 4 a.m. Eastern. It's all Eastern time. And the 10 o'clock is very important to me. I might as well do the 8. I did have the 8:30 as well somewhere. I think that that's already. It should be plotted already. I need the 8:30 as well. Why are you not here? Okay, here we go. So those are the times that I have, and I have the settlement price, but that's just from, you can automate that in TradingView. That's the last, the closing line of, so that's this, the red dotted line is the previous settlement price. So yesterday's is plotted now. So those are the ones that I use on this. I do have more, but I don't use that on this chart. But oh, now let's have a look at. Is that what you wanted to know, Trader Boy? Where are we? We created equal load. Okay, so yeah. Thank you for the likes, by the way. What are you, Dolly? What are you doing? Reading about her? Change to gold. YT family sure gonna be big. You think so? You really think that if I would add gold, you think they will really bring in a lot of people? Because in my opinion, I think everybody trades NQ. It's just more that I want to be transparent, and not that if NQ people come here and then I trade, because I actually used to be very irritated if somebody would go into gold when I did not. So that's why I'm thinking like, oh my god, I need to change my thumbnail to be as transparent as possible, but not like, oh my god, oh, you're already out. I see you. Okay, Trader Boy. I'll see you tomorrow. I think you might have left already. I think I'm also going to call it a day because I'm a little bit tired, and I'll get into the gold so I can do proper analysis tomorrow and make it part of the routine. So anyone who's still here, let me know if there's anything else that you want me to go over, or is there any specifics. Because hey, this channel is there for you guys, not from, well, obviously I'm doing it because I like it, but I mean, there's no channel without you guys. I mean, there's no point in doing anything if no one likes it, right? So, yeah. So yeah, I'll leave it at here today now. But let me know, give me feedback on anything. Let me know in the chat or anything if you feel if there's something you want me to go over. Yeah, I'm open to suggestions and maybe even crypto. You know, we can do a small part. Just it doesn't have to be a lot of the time, but I mean, if people have crypto, I think it's nice maybe to just go over something. It also gives you more knowledge of the overall market. You know, if you do go over some specifics, I get that impact every instrument, right? So okay. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it here, and I appreciate all of you. And again, thank you so much for hanging out. I'm happy that I got back on in this session. And just hang out a little bit and do a little bit more analysis. I'll check you guys. I'll see you guys later. I wish you good evening, enjoy, and do not overtrade. Be careful, and looking forward to tomorrow again. Ciao, ciao.